Hello, Giants fans, and welcome to a new edition of the Valentine's Views podcast here on Big Blue View Radio. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts across the Big Blue View Radio network. All right, have a special guest for you guys today, a little bit of a surprise for you. I have Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke, who's been kind enough to give us a few minutes. Bobby, thank you. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you, Ed. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Hey, you're chilling on your off day. I'm sure you can find better things to do than spend time with me.
Nah, this is I'm getting immersed in the New York media. I'm loving it.
There you go. There you go. You got a future behind the microphone?
I used to sing behind the microphone a little bit. We'll see if I can, pick up some broadcasting and media tips from you.
I don't know about that. You're certainly not going to get any singing tips. I can tell you that much. Hey, let me get right into it. Let me start with this. You are available to us today, not entirely out of the kindness of your heart, but you're available to us today because you're working with a company called MVMI Sleep. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and a little bit about where folks can get their products and all of that?
Yeah. So MVMI really stands for mummy, and it's this pillow company that really is the best pillow I've ever used. It's a company I'm invested in. I'm on the advisory board of, and it's just a really amazing pillow. The patented design technique they have splits the pillow up into different chambers, so you don't have to, fluff and pleat your pillow all the time. It's just one comfortable, smooth pillow. I've had a couple teammates use it, so that it's the best pillow they've ever had. So, good friend of mine, Joey Castagnani, started the company, and I'm just happy to work with him and support with him.
I saw that you had given the pillow to some of your linebacker buddies. You guys get the best sleep of anybody on the roster.
I think we might. Sleep is just such an important thing for us athletes from a recovery standpoint, energy, all that. So. I've been pushing that, and Mummy's been a big help to that.
How hard is it? You talk about sleep, you talk about just, you guys getting rest and taking care of your bodies. And that is something that every athlete, as he goes through his career, he learns how to do. You guys go through a stretch at the beginning of the season where you're playing 3 games in 11 days to start the year. You're playing sometimes on Monday nights and then Sundays and Thursdays. And I mean, how hard is it to just take care of your body and make sure that you're right? When it changes, from week to week like that.
It is tough, and you got to be very regimented about it, very disciplined. You got to just be a pro, because you have the performance on Sunday or Monday or Thursday, whichever it may be. But you have the days of practice leading up where you got to go on the practice field and give it your all. You got to lift, you got to show up for meetings, and then you have all this extra studying you have to do to prepare for the game. And you also got to put yourself in best position to play on Sunday eventually at the end of the week. And that's by getting 8 hours of sleep a night. And I mean, everybody knows to get 8 hours of sleep a night, like very few people can just lay their head on their pillow and just close their eyes and wake up after 8 hours. It takes a sleep routine. It takes the discipline to either meditate or calm your mind down or do whatever you got to do to get yourself in that zone where you get good, deep REM sleep. So it's just another part of the job, being honest.
I wanted to ask you about something. We had a chance via Zoom the other day to talk to Andrew Thomas. And Andrew has played through a couple things this year. He's played through an ankle that cost him a bunch of games. And the last few weeks, he's been playing through a knee issue. And I have people say to me all the time, why is he playing? Why is he out there? Why doesn't he just pack it in for next year? And, and I know that athletes aren't built that way. You've played through, was it a fractured rib? I know you played through a broken finger too, or whatever. I mean, explain to people just a little bit of the mindset of a football player and an athlete who knows he's not 100%, but you go out there and you do it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's a multifold question. As a pro, um, as a great player in this league, I mean, someone like Andrew, you pride yourself on your ability to produce on Sundays, and even though you might not be at 100%, you'd like to think you're 70%. Is probably better than a couple guys 100% even. That's just how competitive we are, and that's how much really work we put into our craft. And then secondly, as you're going through that week, um, really just the thought of leaving your brothers out there on the field to play without you. That's what drives me more than anything. Thinking about Kayvon, X, Deontay, Dex, all those guys. You know, if the doctors tell me I can't go, or this uh, ailment I have or this injury is going to put me at significant risk for further injury, then we'll be smart and we'll listen to the doctors. But if they tell me it's just pain, I would do a lot for my brothers just because of the brotherhood we have, the friendship, the sacrifices we've made for each other. So it's really not about me. It's for them and it's for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell people all the time that fans they look at the record and they look at the draft status and all of those things, and you guys, you look at how short your careers are, and you look at the other guys in the room and what you owe them.
Exactly. And we're all competitors. And at the end of the day, we all love playing football. Like you said, there's a short window we get to play this beautiful game. So really just want to take advantage of every opportunity I have.
I'm curious, in a year like this that hasn't maybe gone the way that you guys would have liked it to go so far, how much do you learn about the other guys in the room?
You learn a lot. There's a saying, adversity doesn't teach a man about himself. It introduces a man to himself. So really, you get to just see, who your teammates are, who your coaches are in difficult times. Because it's easy to keep a smile on your face when you're winning. It's easy to walk around the building happy, but when things aren't going your way, when losses are kind of building up, it takes strong character to walk around with a positive attitude, to intentionally put positive energy into the air towards your teammates and towards your coaches. So it really helps us, build and reveal that team character.
Yeah, and obviously, you're going to be here for a while, and it's nice to know whether things are going well or not. It's nice to know, who you've got that you can go forward with and rely on too.
100%. And I feel that way about all my teammates. We've really stood through the test of time, through this adversity, and where we are now. Obviously, a couple of games behind in the playoff picture, but this league is so crazy, you never know. So we're just excited about this next opportunity Monday night.
I got to ask you about DeVito Mania.
Yep.
I got to ask Tommy Cutlets, whatever you want to call him, whatever whatever nickname you want to give the guy. How much fun is it for you guys to see what's been going on with what's been going on with DeVito the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. In the team meeting we had yesterday, Coach Dave showed a highlight, really, of special teams, offense, defense, of us executing over these past two games, making plays. He described it well, high execution and awesome passion. And I think that's just the definition of what Tommy's brought. His energy, his confidence, his poise. Like, I think everybody on the team is just playing with this awesome passion. And it's a different energy on the sideline, and we're all just excited to feed off each other's big plays.
Nothing like a little energy, a little fun, a little juice to add when you guys are when you guys you hadn't been going real well, and I'm sure that little pick me up is nice.
100%. I think momentum is such a key factor in this game, and it's such a big part of this game that anytime you get energy like that, as a team, you have to feed off it.
This is a question that Patty Traina and I, when we did a podcast together years ago, Patty and I did. And this is a question that we sat down once and asked former Giants linebacker Jonathan Casillas in his first year when he was with the Giants. you come into a new organization. You don't know everybody. You don't know a lot of the guys. You don't know a lot of your teammates. I'm curious if there's one or two guys who maybe you didn't know anything about when you walked in the building. Guys that maybe not Saquon and not Andrew Thomas and, not the superstar guys that you just looked at and said, wow, I didn't know anything about this guy, but he's really, really impressive as a person, as a player, the way he works, anything like that.
Mm. As you bring that up, two guys stand out to me. Xavier McKinney, the first one, when I first signed with this team, first guy to reach out to me, send me my congratulations, first guy to make me feel welcome, first guy to add me into the defensive group chat. I think he's got such a special talent of, bringing people together, making people feel welcome, and, leading with energy and influencing a group. When we first got here, just me observing, through OTAs, kind of not outside looking in, but just from a newcomer's perspective, I told X, like, from my perspective, you're the emotional leader of this defense, if not this team. Like, guys are going to feed off your energy, positive or negative. And that's just the special, leadership talent that he has.
Before we get off, before you mention anybody else, I got to ask you one question about X. I keep going to these practices, and I went to practices in the summer, and you go to practices, and we see the first few minutes of practice during the season. What the heck is he doing in the groups with the defensive linemen? What is he doing?
I mean, that's X is one of the only people that can go hang out with the tight ends, go do receiver drills with the wide receivers, go do D-line drills with the D-line. Like, he just has that personality where he can bring people together. He can mesh with anybody. And he's such a fundamental football player that if anybody was going to go play D-line or tight end or running back, it'd probably be X.
Yeah, I look at that and I see this D-line group stretching and getting ready at the beginning of practice, and I'm like, what is McKinney doing over there? What, why isn't he with the safeties?
Yeah, but no, I think that just speaks to him that he can reach so many people. He can bring people together. He's such an influential person on this team.
Was there another guy you wanted to mention?
Yeah, Kayvon. Obviously, Kayvon, first round talent, elite pass rusher, all that. But really just to see his mindset, whether it's in a walkthrough, it's in practice, it's in a defensive, back seven meeting room where we're just going over individual stuff as players. Just his mindset of, just chasing greatness and making sure we're doing everything to be great and having that mentality where, we truly want to be the best and holding people accountable to it. I've really seen those leadership flashes from Kayvon, and I think he's going to be such an impactful player on this team for years to come.
You may not have been aware of this with Kayvon, but if I told you that coming out of Oregon, there were questions about his work ethic. There were questions about whether he took plays off. There were questions about whether he loved the game or not. How would you react to that?
I mean, I think sometimes when you have a player that has all the potential in the world from an athleticism standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, this is the performance business we're in. So when your performance doesn't meet that potential that everybody sees for you, that's where criticism comes in. But I think Kayvon has all the potential in the world. And, Wink even said that during the offseason this year that, Kayvon's got, potential and opportunity to be a really special player in this league. So he pushes us. We all push him. It's that brotherly accountability. But I see a lot of great things for Kayvon in his future.
Bobby, you mentioned Wink, and you said something the other day about Wink. You said that something about working side by side and what he's done for you in his career. I was just curious if you would expand on why your relationship with Wink is different maybe than with other coaches that you've had, and what maybe it really is that he's done that's kind of pushed you forward.
Yeah. Obviously where I'm at in my career, being year 5, coming off, signing a big contract with a new team, It comes, with a different role and a different, perspective. But I think Wings just really kind of just unleashed, um, ability in me as a linebacker in this scheme that I haven't had before, and it's been fun to watch. He's been such a mentor for me. He really just does an incredible job of just slowing the game down, helping me understand it conceptually, and really just holding me accountable of like how I need to play, and really holding me accountable to my mistakes. So it's been so fun. He empowers me to study the call sheet, almost try to guess, anticipate what call he's going to call, and see what call I would have called in that situation. He's just helped promote me into, such a leader at this linebacker position that it's been a lot of fun.
Nice. And he lets you rush the passer once in a while.
He lets me rush the passer once in a while. And I love that. I missed a sack last week, but I'm having probably the most fun I've ever had playing football right now.
You haven't missed much lately, though, creating some turnovers, making a lot of tackles. You feel like you're playing as well as you ever have?
For sure. I think across the board, from pass defense, fumble recoveries, communication, leadership, just impacting the game. This has been my best year for sure.
So, completely off the wall topic. Let's have a little bit of fun here. You went to Stanford. Can you fix the college football playoff system?
I mean, I guess provocative opinion, that's to say it's broken, but it's tough. I mean, obviously, when a team like Florida State has a season they do and goes undefeated, you really ask what much more they could have done. But it's tough. I know we're going to the eight team college football playoff next year. So hopefully we're not having the same conversation with the 9th and 10th team that got cut off. But yeah, it's exciting. But obviously this college guy is going to be playing a lot of games.
Oh, Bobby, we'll always have that conversation. Goes to 8, 9, and 10 will be upset. Goes to 12, 13, and 14 will be upset. Yep. They put 65 teams in the NCAA basketball tournament, and 66, 67, and 68 aren't happy. So
I guess that's the nature of the beast.
That's the nature of the beast. Hey, just before I let you go, I'm kind of reaching into your past here. I dug up a little something, from when you were a high school kid. You won what's called the Watkins Award.
Yep.
As a high school senior. And I was just reading a little bit about the prestige of that award. Just tell folks what that is and why it was a really cool thing for you.
Yeah. So the Franklin D. Watkins Award is an award put on every year by the National Alliance of African American Athletes. And they really just do research around the whole nation to pick the top African American scholars throughout the nation in that class. Each year they take, I think, 4 to 6 kids. They fly them out to DC and they put on this huge, gala around these kids, giving back, introducing them to the work that the Alliance does, giving back to kids and promoting education. But really the whole, mission of the organization is to provide young African-American kids with great role models that, are excelling on the football field, but also making a big impact in the community and obviously, performing very highly academically. It was such an impactful experience for me when I won the award in 2014. Myron Roll, he was there to help present me with my award, and he was a guy I really looked up to my whole life. I remember my parents would put articles about him on the fridge, just talking about him being, obviously stud football player at Florida State, but being a Rhodes Scholar and, training to be a neurosurgeon. So that was how, I was, shaping the perspective of who I wanted to become, someone obviously who was playing well on the field, balling out, whatever, but also making an impact in the community and, performing very highly academically. So the organization does amazing things, and, I feel blessed to be a part of that organization.
You talk about impact in the community, and, Saquon was named to the Giants Walter Payton Man of the Year award nominee this week. It's My Cause, My Cleats week this week around the NFL. Have you got got some special cleats for a cause this week?
I do. I'm working for this organization, SBH. They do a lot of work in the New Jersey, greater New York area. And they have a lot of different subdivisions: SBH Housing, SBH Medical Care, SBH Food. Really just a division that, reaches into all areas of New Jersey and New York that need attention and community care.
And folks, if you want to see what some of Bobby's teammates are doing for My Cause, My Cleats Week, you can go to Giants.com and check out the story that has a list of what guys are doing. It's all worthy stuff, and Bobby, I think you guys don't get enough credit sometimes for what you guys do away from the game.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, and before I let you go, just want to circle back to the pillow, let folks know where they can get it, where they can find it. I mean, is it in the store? Do they have to order it online? How do they find it?
Yeah, it's online and on Instagram. Mummy Sleep. It's spelled MVMI, but pronounced Mummy Sleep. And yeah, website, Instagram. They got some amazing stuff out there.
Yeah, I'll send you my address. You can you can send me one.
That's good. Happy holidays, huh?
All right, thank you, Bobby. Appreciate the time. Take care, and we'll see you around the facility. Giants fans, thank you for listening. Please stay safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.